America's previously pristine democracy has never been as dirty as it has been in this election cycle. There have been moments that terrified us, and moments of great hope.
I am proud to announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America.
But this election cycle has mostly been a shit show, and the RNC ended last week on a very grim tone. Even the Young Turks participated in the cheerful camaraderie that was apparent in all corners of the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland.
I'm not going to debate this guy. You're a hatchet man. I don't know why anyone in the media takes you seriously. All you do is lie. You're known as the biggest liar in media. You're the biggest liar in media.
We saw fear-mongering, we saw a blatant disregard for facts, and shameless usage of xenophobia and racist rhetoric as a platform, and it's likely that the election will only get worse from here. And some Republican officials were still unsure on whether or not they wanted Trump to be their candidate. Like Ted Cruz, for example. By refusing to endorse Trump, Cruz emerged from the convention looking like the only Republican who remained true to his ideals, even though he's still consistently an unlikable evangelical hobgoblin nutjob. He still said one of the only sane things I heard at the convention.
Stand and speak and vote your conscience. Vote for candidates up and down the ticket who you trust to defend our freedom and to be faithful to the Constitution.
He basically was like, seriously, guys, this dude is going to ruin this country. He's going to run it to the ground. It's not even a joke at this point. Don't fucking vote for Trump. But on the other side of the political aisle, things aren't so great either. There's still much confusion about how almost half of the Democratic base will vote, since the establishment did a poor job of trying to win them over into embracing Hillary Clinton. And now with the DNC email scandals, everything we've been saying about the DNC's corrupt and biased strategy since day one of the primaries is pretty much exposed. And people are mad. And they have every right to be mad. Like, I mean, honestly, how can the DNC be so openly in favor of one candidate over another and conspire against the other candidate, going as far as to encourage supporters to question his faith? It's hard to believe that the Democrats can't project a landslide victory over a Republican candidate at this point, because most Republicans don't even want that candidate. The worst part is, given her track record with the Hispanic and black vote, Hillary probably still could have won fair and square against Bernie Sanders in the same primaries without stacking all the cards against their opponent. I mention this because the unnecessary subversion in the primaries has left the left wing of the Democratic Party feeling disenfranchised and refusing to fall in line. And given Nate Silver's latest poll results, the DNC needs all the help it can get right now. Now, Democrats have frequently been guilty of expecting to win because they feel that they deserve to win. This holier-than-thou attitude is revealed both by the way Democrats say they prefer objective news sources and by how they remain more willing than Republicans to compromise in order to get legislation passed. Because they believe that voters will be swayed by facts and data, and then Democrats lull themselves into this false sense of security about how their electoral prospects will do. But then it should be pretty apparent by now that rationality doesn't necessarily play a huge role in many, if not most, of voters' decisions about which candidates to support.
But what I said is equally true. People feel more threatened.
Yes, they feel it, but the facts don't support it.
As a political candidate, I'll go with how people feel, and I'll let you go with the theoreticians.
And it's becoming more and more likely that the choice before voters in this election specifically is between preserving the status quo or taking a chance on the unexplored insanity that Donald Trump represents. Hillary represents that same business-as-usual politics with a hint of even more of that conservative war hawk mentality those on the left criticized Obama for, but Trump, on the other hand, represents a dramatic shift in the American political realm. The Democratic establishment needs to wake up and change its strategy to at least appear in touch with its voters. The fact that Hillary Clinton chose Tim Kaine, a man as white as marshmallow fluff and whipped cream sandwich on white toast with a track record riddled with the same pragmatic flip-flops as Hillary, shows that she's playing by the old political rules when the entire sport has changed. Voters already see Hillary as a candidate with no set political ideology and a career politician willing to flip-flop for the sake of political expediency. This, in clear contrast to the tenacity and the uncompromising nature of the Republican Party, paired with Trump's shoot-from-the-hip attitude channeling the rage people feel and widespread desire for change, any kind of change at all costs presents a serious problem for Clinton. A lot will be revealed by the end of this week. This is a race between two unlikable candidates where party voters, worried about losing power to the other side, will most likely vote for the less shitty candidate. Like Ted Cruz said, we must vote with our conscience. I can't believe I'm quoting Ted Cruz, by the way. Unlike what Ted Cruz impressed upon us, the less shitty candidate needs to appear a bit more human and, most importantly, listen to our party's voter base. Because currently the Democratic establishment is helping Trump's chances of winning the presidency as much as the shit lineup the Republicans put up against Trump did. Seriously, guys, what the fuck? We're gonna have Trump as the president if we don't change our attitude immediately.